here, ladies and gentlemen. Psychological research reveals 6 strategies to help you improve your study skills, learn more, and succeed in school. Throughout this book, Learning to Learn, figures further explain each strategy. Let's redo that. Throughout this book, Learning to Learn, figures further explain each strategy, and learning pause activities provide opportunities to practice each strategy. Start using psychology to learn psychology. Or anything else. Yeah! Psychology to learn psychology, guys. Please not in agreement. Life become proving. That's what this is called. Become. That's what it's become. When you adopt a growth mindset, English. When you adopt a growth mindset, you believe you can do the hard work and change how you think, feel, and act to improve in the areas you have identified. Let's test that theory. Let's change how I am acting. Monitoring. Regulated learning helps you set goals, plan your studying, and good study strategies, and check your progress. I'm like more AI sounding. Practicing. By actively answering questions across several study sessions, you use repeated practices. It will improve your quiz and test performance. AI only got learning the material off here. Let's do that again. Practicing. By actively answering questions across several study sessions, you use repeated practices, which will improve your quiz and test performance. Attending. By focusing your selective attention on what you need to study, and by ignoring distractions, you will remember better. I feel like my brain is going out the window, guys. I sing for you. I shall sing for you. Attending by focusing your selective attention on what you need to study, and by ignoring distractions, you will remember better. The AI had broken down. Ding! You can use cues to help you remember when you connect new information with your own knowledge, skills, and experiences. Connecting, you can use cues to help you remember when you connect new information with your own knowledge and skills and experiences. Thinking deeply. When you use elaboration, you use an active process of explaining ideas and giving examples in order to learn better. Let's do it again. I must suffer. Thinking deeply. When you use elaboration, you use an active process of explaining ideas and giving examples in order to learn better. Thinking deeply. Put it all together, shall we? Let's put all the 6 together. Improving monitoring. Practicing, attending, connecting, and thinking deeply are 6 strategies. Impact! Ooh. When you adopt a growth mindset, you believe you can do the hard work to change how you think, feel, and act to improve the areas you have identified. Monitoring self-regulated learning helps you set goals. Plan your studying, use good study strategies, and check your progress. Practicing by actively answering questions across several study sessions. You use repeated practices, which will improve your quiz and test performances, and maybe studying too. Attending by focusing your selective attention on what you need to study and how by ignoring interruptions. Let's do it again. Attending by focusing your selective attention on what you need to study and by ignoring distractions you will remember better. Attending dip-a-do-do-dip-a-do-do-boo. Connecting, you can use cues to help you remember. When you connect new information, you can. When you connect new information with your own knowledge, skills, and experiences. Connecting. Thinking deeply! And you use preparations, you use an active process of explaining ideas and give examples in order to explain and learn better. Yeah! You already hear me say this. I don't need to say it. Yeah, let's go! Monitoring in bold. Imagine you are going on vacation and you get in a car and drive. You do not think of your destination or how you will get there. I have to say this in a more fantasy kind of thing. Hold on. Read along with me. Imagine you are going on a vacation and you get in a car and drive. You do not think of your destination or how you will get there. You do not check that you are on the right route. Will this approach get you to where you want to go? It certainly will not. This example reveals the importance of monitoring your goals and the methods you use to achieve them. Monitoring is one of the many skills you are a part of self-regulated learning. Reread that part again, starting by monitoring. Monitoring is one of the many skills you are a part of self-regulated learning. Usher and Shunk 2018, Winnie 2018. The names are getting me again. Wait, where are we? When you engage in monitoring, you set a measurable learning goals. Make specific study plans, including managing how much time you need to study. Use effective strategies to reach your goals. Check your learning several times along the way to ensure you are on track and make changes as needed. Research has suggested that self-monitoring may help you reach your academic goals. You sound like a wizard word. I apologize. I apologize. Dysgraphia. My dysgraphia. From Usher. Yeah, man. When you engage in monitoring, you set measurable learning goals. Make specific study plans, including managing how much time you need to study. Use effective strategies to learn your learning goals. Check your learning several times along the way to ensure you are on track and make changes as needed. Research has suggested that self-monitoring may help you reach your goals, academic goals, wizard word, bada, shibbity hoobity hibbity hoo. Hello, my hot man. Actually try to say this name. GAZZANIGA 2017. My sounding outs are failing me. Hold on. GAZZANIGA. There we go. GAZZANIGA. Pew. May not have blown up out of down, guys. 2017. Pew. To sing. Let's get back on track, guys. Come on, guys. Let's get back on track. I know that was funny. I can hear you cringing at the other side of the screen. To sing. Practice makes perfect. This common phrase suggests that all practice is equal, but it is not at all, my guys. For example, contrary to what you may believe, rereading is not an effective strategy to practice with material you're trying to learn. That's why I'm making this video, because I do not want to fucking reread. Dunlowski question mark 2013 semicolon Mayatsu LL period question mark 2018 instead. My guy, you hear that? Instead. Instead. Practicing is ineffective only if it forces you to actively think and remember the material you learned. Arapicky 2017. Sorry for the theme yet again. The very effective method of repeated practice includes answering sample quiz or practice tests. Questions such as those found in this book or in learning goal checks figures and the practice test at the end of each chapter. Let me pause here and re-sing that. God, we're singing again. Please spare me. Spare me. Spare me. Spare. No. The very effective method of repeated practice includes answering sample quiz or practices tests. Questions such as those found in this book or learning goals, checks, figures. A practice test at the end of each chapter. And it's PTL 2017. Your anchor. I really do not want to sing your names in a weird way. You guys are probably pretty cool, and I do not want to. Chaos to my never-ending story. Stop reading names because y'all can read the names. I really do not want to butcher these guys, and I feel like it might be insulting if I keep doing it like this. I will just be like. It's comment 23. Now it'll force you to see the screen on who the fuck I'm talking about. Hell yeah. Likes to be forced? No, we don't. By the way, speaking of never-ending story, it is also related to better academic performance. For example, on tests for review, see 2021. Fact: repeated practices is effective for students regardless of their personal characteristics. Is related to better academic performance. For example, on tests for a review, see 2021. In addition, as figure 1.2 shows, practicing on a concept is even more effective when you space your practice with one study session. And 2011. Or across study sessions over days. 2019. Combining these strategies is a powerful study strategy. Jane's 2020 your name, because I know how to say Jane's. Tending. Many students, you may believe that you can multitask and still study effectively, but if you are focusing on YouTube while you study at home, or on your Snapchat streaks, Bilbert, while you're in class, I see you, Heather, in the back. Yeah! I have no idea who's in my class. Then you are not focusing on what you are supposed to be learning. I will repeat all of that. But if you are not English. But if you are not focusing on focus, guys. But if you are focusing on YouTube while you study at home, or on your Snapchat streaks while you are in class, you are not focusing on what you are supposed to be learning, according to the principle of selective attention. Selective attention. You can focus on only so much at once. You must therefore focus on what is important and ignore is not important. You must therefore focus on what is important and ignore what is not important. I'm looking at you, Gabe! You can only focus on only so much at once. Therefore, focus on what is important and ignore what is not important. In fact, research suggests that heavy media multitasking is related to negative effects on attention and memory. And 2018. Furthermore, studies have found that students who use Facebook and send text messages and surf the internet during class do more poorly in college courses than students who do not. 2014, June, Co and Cotton 2012. Heck yeah. Hold on, I can read this. Ginger Rich and Line Weaver. Heck yeah, those sound like Elder Rich stuff. Frick yeah. Weaver sounds like the coolest sorcery name. Leaving some wines! I mean, weaving some lines? I cast! Line Weaver! Spindle you in a horny trap, my guy! Do you demons bleed? I will make you bleed! With the almighty power of Line Weaver! That doesn't work! Don't you dare make me get Ginger Rich out here! He will bury you in gold until you suffocate on liquid molten metal! It'll taste like I would expect it! It tastes like ginger! The almighty rich one named of ginger! Whom is named Cotton, but they sound like the most cutest person in the world. Psychology. Maybe because they associate cotton with soft things. They're really cute, or they're like a normal fucking person. Or the exact opposite. Or there could be a racist innuendo here that I probably should not say because I'm white as fuck! 12! Even students who are sitting near someone who is surfing on the web during class receive lower grades. Sana et al. 2015. So to maximize your learning, turn off your electronic devices and stop focusing on what is not important, Derek. Instead, start attending to what you need to learn. Cast! Let your phones off! Doing any more casting until get the class to stop wanking off! Researchers suggest that heavy multitasking is related to negative effects on attention and memory, with there we go. I can get you to stop wanking your asses off in class and start learning the material. Get off your Snapchats. Chop, chop. Here we go. Let's get to the connecting part. You may now see that you're learning how to study in the right ways can create powerful learning. In fact, when you see a relationship between new information and information you already know, your brain naturally uses that relationship as a connection that helps you remember that new information. Oh wow, rainbows. You guys like the random rainbows on my screen? Such an ADHD thing. You don't have epilepsy like me. Therefore, to learn new material, you should try to create as many connections with it as possible. Rainbows. One way to do so is to relate new ideas to facts and skills that you already know. Alexander, period, comma, 1994. Hey, I know an Alexander. I did know an Alexander. He wasn't really all that great, though. He was not Alexander the Great. He was Alexander the gamer. Coolest title as you would imagine it would be. You! Therefore, to learn new material, you should try to create as many connections with it as possible. One way to do so is to relate new ideas to facts and skills you already know. Like comedy, 1994. Ambrose and Lovett, 2014. Campbell and Campbell, 2018. No, sorry, 2008, not 2018. Got two Campbells here. It's like Morgan and Morgan. Legal trouble? Or are you in psychological trouble? You either go to Morgan and Morgan or Campbell and Campbell. Gentlemen, are you tired of not knowing psychology? Well, I have great news for you. You can call Campbell and Campbell at 2008. And when you do, not a real number by the way, and learn about connecting, you can now see that many learning and how to study in the right ways can create powerful learning. Wow! At a great value deal. In fact, when you see a relationship between new information and information you already know, your brain can naturally use this relationship as a connection that can help you remember new information. Wow, it's a 2-in-1 deal, guys! Or as a combo deal, to learn new material, you should try to create as many connections with it as possible when you call the number 2008. One way to do so is to relate new ideas and facts and skills you already know. The Alexander the ETL of 1994, not a number. Also call the trustworthy assistants, Ambrose and Love at 2014. Maybe you can also call them at 1994. Them as in Alexander, because, you know, who is they? Are they in the room right now? Oh, they're not in the room, other than the sexy motherfucker over here that may or may not be bleeding. May not be very dead. You get the bonus deal. You can get the Campbell and Campbell special. That includes Wade and Kid, calling of the numbers of 2019. And these examples include you can now connect new information you are learning with knowledge and skills you already have. Wow! Who would have thought? When you call the company Campbell and Campbell, ensure that you're learning with knowledge and skills you already have. Whether that new information is about parenting, playing soccer, fixing cars, traveling, or anything else. Wow! And as a bonus, connection provide important news. You nice. And if you're not convinced yet, we have an even greater deal when you call Campbell and Campbell at 2008.